Here's a guy that is starting to figure the game out.
I'm calling both games.
And here he is, having the time of his life.
That is a disgusting act. Does he get both feet in right here at the end, Jim?
Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride.
All right, we are back. The Rumplemen, episode 9, talking about NFL Week 13, coming back from the Thanksgiving little holiday break. A lot to be thankful for. Not my betting record, I'll tell you that. It was a rough week for me, week 12. I'll hop right into it there. I'll start off for us. Only win I had of the 3 was the Steelers-Bengals, under a 34.5. I thought that was a pretty obvious under. I was never nervous about that one at all. Followed up with the Chiefs-Raiders under 43.5. I was not expecting the Raiders to actually play offensive football and score 17 points in the first quarter. I think that was a bit of a shock to everyone watching that game. So I had the under 43.5 there, but that clearly went over. And then Ravens-Chargers. I had the over 47. Thought that was going to be much more of an offensive showing than what both the Chargers and Ravens had. I don't know how the Chargers could only put up 10 points. I thought they could put up at least 20 something, but either way, the Rams came out with victory, so I'm happy about that. 1-2 in the week. Hopefully get better next time.
Never bet on Chargers games, dude.
I'm slowly learning that the Chargers are just losers. And if you're going to bet on a Chargers game, just bet on them to do miserable. That's what I'm learning.
No, the way to bet the Chargers is if the spread is over 3.5 either way, if they're 3.5 dogs or over or 3.5 favorites and over, you take the whatever it is like lower, right? So if the Chargers are +4 dogs, you take Chargers +4 because they're always going to stay in a close game. And the Chargers are
live betting the Chargers is a way to go too. If they're up by like 10, then just live bet the other team spread.
Yeah. That's another way you can do it because they always stay. I've said this multiple times. Chargers, they play down to the opponents and they play up to the opponents. It's always a close game. Thank you, Zay, for ruining my week. Asshole. What do you think? You take a sample size of 100 NFL wide receivers, running backs, whatever, 100 of them. How many of them do you believe are going past the first down and running another 25 yards into the end zone? How many?
That's kind of
maybe 5 of them.
I mean, that's hard. That's a kind of hard thing to say because any receiver with speed that gets a opening like that's going to score.
Any person with simple IQ is just going to go down after.
Yeah, the thing that messed you up is that he scored and didn't go down.
Okay, so that's what you're talking about. The fact that he scores so going down, not that he broke a 35-yard rush.
No, you go to the first, you go past the first down slide, game's over.
That was a rookie thing.
It absolutely was. I hope he was berated on the sideline. I did see the coaches like kind of yelling at him on the sideline. So
you know what it actually was, and this is going to make you even so much more mad. But it seemed like he had pre-planned celebrations, and he was so excited to do his next celebration. That's why he scored.
Dude is just immature. Good job, Zay. I'm never drafting you in fantasy ever, you idiot.
Damn.
Yeah, he did. Like this is what happened. It's like me going. I heard this story where Matt Damon went into a liquor store and the guy didn't know who he was, so he was bringing DVDs from his house to the liquor store, being like, "This is me. The liquor store guy's like, "I've never seen you. I don't care." And Damon was like, "Screw it. You're never getting my business again. You just lost a valuable customer." And the guy's like, "Okay, whatever." That's what happened. But screw you, Zay.
All right. Well, anyways. This podcast is going to be so long because me and Alex are just going to keep going on tangents. So, what I hit Steelers -1 at Bengals. That seemed pretty straightforward to me just because the Bengals with a rookie quarterback and they haven't really looked great aside from like the 2-game stretch before Burrow got hurt.
That under was so I don't understand why I didn't take that. That was a good bet.
Yeah, that was a good bet, Steve.
I mean, it was like the Giants Patriots under. Like you the one that took that, and that was another clear, easy one that we just didn't.
But Pittsburgh has put up at most 20 points in a game, and the Bengals with a rookie quarterback going up against Pittsburgh's defense. That was a surefire under.
They actually moved the ball all right, though. They just couldn't score touchdowns.
The Bengals?
The Steelers. Pickett had like almost 300 yards passing, I think, and both the running backs had like 50, 60 plus yards.
Either way, they're not putting up 25 plus points.
Nah.
How many points did they put up this week?
And the Bengals, the only reason they like scored was that fluky play to Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was really a 16-10 game.
So yeah, that one seemed pretty straightforward. The Cardinals just have one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. So the Rams were just scoring every possession. That one was over at halftime. And I was very wrong on that. And then Bills Eagles, I think me and Alex both had that, and we both missed it by half point because of overtime extra point rules. So that sums up that 1 and 2 is a trend, and we're just gonna keep it rolling.
With that Bills Eagles bet, I don't think we should be too unhappy with it, because the Eagles should have got rolled that game, and the Bills just kept on letting them back into the game. So,
I mean, after like the fourth quarter was absurd. It was all like, I mean, Bills scored a few times, but the Eagles were just like scoring every drive. I think Hurts had like 30 yards passing at halftime or something stupid.
Yeah. And also that Rams game, it was so frustrating to watch as a Puka owner, and I guess Cooper Kupp, with them scoring 4. Matt Stafford had 4 passing touchdowns, and none of them went to Kupp or Puka.
Yeah, what, Higbee had 2, right?
How does that happen? Yeah, Kyron had 2, and then stupid Higbee had 2. Whatever. My bets, though, I had Bills Eagles, that lost, -3.5, and then I had Pats at Giants under 33.5. I didn't even watch the game, but I just saw the final score.
It's like 9-6.
And then I saw the ending to it where the guy missed a 30-yard field goal, which he did on purpose, probably, but either way. And then Jacksonville -1 at Houston. Yeah, I have like somewhat similar picks this week, with teams that are looking good going into the week, and then teams that are looking bad going into the week, and then taking that bad team spread, which is what I did with Jacksonville and Houston. So,
is that your new betting model now?
Yeah, I mean, when a line looks too good, I always try to bet the opposite way, and it actually has worked a decent amount since I've done that. So it's been pretty recently since I've done that. I used to be like, oh, this line looks too good, I gotta bet that way, and then obviously it doesn't work out in my favor. Unit spreads for this year so far, I'm up 2.6 units. Steve's up 0.8 units, and Wink is down 10.7 units. So if you fade Wink, you're in the money right now.
Not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea at all.
That's what you've been saying these past few weeks, though. So
honestly, like, we should take that into account. It should be the opposite of what I do. That should be my units.
Well, we'll have to wait till we actually get like a viewer comment and say that he's been fading you the past like six or so weeks. It's not working out for him. Then we can start taking into account. Until then, you've just been losing the money.
And then also, no one hit the Sistiak. So again.
No, if someone hit the Sistiak, you have the Sistiak hat on.
No. You guys have to figure out your Sistiak hat. I'm not wearing that Sistiak hat for one of you guys. That's my Sistiak bet.
I got one locked and loaded if it ever hits.
Yeah, I got one too. All right, so we're going to move into the topics of last week. We're going to talk about first the Gibbous Love, Packers versus Lions, Thanksgiving Day. I know before that game started, Wink texted both me and you the little Gibbous stat that the Lions are 0-12 on Gibbous Moon Thanksgiving Day games.
Yep.
They both kind of made fun of you a little bit for that. We didn't believe you at all. thinking had more to do with Packers.
The guy's down
being good,
10.7 units. So what do you expect? So I faded hard. I took Detroit money line and kept on doubling down when they were down.
I may not know NFL betting, but when it comes to waxing gibbuses, I'm a guy.
How often does that come around?
Here and there.
Every couple of years.
No, it's a normal. It's just a moon cycle. It rotates between like 5 different ones or something.
But I'm sure most people probably thought the same thing, that when the Packers kind of went up early and had a lead, a lot of people probably doubling down the line, saying, "Oh, the Lions will get it together, they'll come back, they'll start scoring and win the game." And it just didn't happen that way at all.
Yeah. I don't really have too much to say about it. Again, we talk about the Lions every single podcast. But I think there's some problems with Detroit, though.
Recently, yeah.
They aren't looking too hot. And, Amon-Ra still looks great. Laporta looked good last game. But Goff seems like he's rookie season Goff, just making stupid mistakes. What do you have, 3 picks that game?
Yeah, but that's the problem, is that the only reason the Lions have been playing well is because Goff has been playing, I don't say conservatively, but he has not been turning the ball over at all. Mm-hmm. It's not like he's really been like winning them games by putting up 4 touchdowns. And if he starts playing the way he is, where he's just turning it over constantly, they're going to keep running into these same problems.
Their defense has been kind of poo-poo too.
That's the big thing, because going into the season, they were supposed to have like one of the best defenses in the league. I think the second half of last year, they had the best run defense in football. And then they got they signed Slay this offseason. So they should be good on the run and good in the secondary. But it seems like after that Ravens game, after the Packers game, they're just like getting trampled every week.
I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about Hutchinson? I honestly don't think he's like top tier defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, he has not been playing, like, what was he, like a top 5 pick? Or something like that. Like, yeah, he hasn't been playing as a top 5.
He's always
he hasn't came in like a Myles Garrett and it's been like rolling through people.
Yeah, he's always mentioned with the top guys. And then I saw a video that said he looks like he's like running like Luigi in Nintendo. And it's literally him like arms up the corner.
I think he's good, but he's not elite. Like he shouldn't be mentioned with Watt and
right. No, he's like a Montez Sweat guy.
Yeah, that's like he's in that second tier. He's not in that top tier. He's in that second tier guys.
Montez Sweat, right?
He actually, I think earlier in the season he was like leading the league in pressures, but he like wasn't getting any sacks. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that do that. They can get pressure but can't finish it. But that's kind of what separates that top tier guys from some of the others.
Right.
So, before we move on to the next I want to talk about, what is going on with the Jets and Tim Boyle? How is he still starting for them? Why are people not calling for like Robert Saleh to get fired for continuing to start that guy? Like, how do you come back out and play the second half of that Friday game? It was just miserable.
I'm bringing up the stats for him. So this guy played 19 games for UConn. Do you want to guess his touchdown to interception ratio that year?
I don't know. 1 to 6.
1 to 13.
How many touchdowns did he have?
Like 1 touchdown and 13 picks.
How many games?
What? 19.
He feels a touchdown a game. Not touchdown, an interception a game.
Basically, and 1 touchdown throughout the entire thing.
I don't understand how he even got a shot in the NFL.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was Nathaniel Hackett has like a boy crush on him.
Oh, it was his year at East Kentucky. So he played 11 games there, and he had a solid 11 touchdowns with 13 picks.
That's still so bad. Yeah, that's
improvement though.
It's improvement.
That makes no sense.
So there's like, oh, this guy can improve his touchdown interception ratio by what, 10 in a year? Give me that guy.
Yeah, just wait for 3 years from now. It's gonna be like 30 to 1.
I wasn't too upset about it though, because he literally targeted Breece Hall 10 times in the backfield for 25 yards. But
after that 100, what was it? After that 100-yard Hail Mary pick 6, I just don't see how you can bring a guy back out. I don't know how you as an offense can come back out and play football in that second half. That was just an embarrassment.
That was the dumbest play I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It was embarrassing.
Ever. It was even dumber than the butt fumble, I think. That's up there.
What about the hat fumble though?
That had no impact on the game. So
it had an impact on my heart. It
was no, but like Steve said, how do you let a guy run? That should be set up. Like if this gets picked, which is a high probability of it happening.
Yeah, like you have guys ready.
All offensive linemen should just spread out on the field and then close in on the guy. I know they run a 5-6.
I mean, the prop. I think once it's picked cleanly, he's kind of gone. Like if he can get away from the guys in the end zone, no O lineman's going to catch him. Like he's running straight, like with picking up speed while those O linemen are trying to go side to side and cut him off, and it's just not going to work. But the thing you have to do is if you're a wide receiver in the end zone and you're not getting to the ball, then you just need to fucking tackle him.
Or like pass interference. Yeah,
the linemen just need to make an L. So he's running to one side, make an L.
The flying V.
Yeah, make an L.
Imagine him being that coordinated. Guys, gather, time to L.
It's like lock arms and start crawling down this field.
That's what you need to do.
All right. Well, the next topic we wanted to talk about was the Bears-Vikings game, the Monday night game. A high-flying offensive game by two, I would probably say, future Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Joshua Dobbs. I know Alex is a big Fields fanboy, so I'll let him go first in this topic.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers put it perfectly, right? Everybody's too quick to deem somebody bad or good, unless they're very bad and they have Boyle stats where the guy throws one touchdown and 13 interceptions in a year at college. You have that background. Okay, that guy is probably bad. Fields, look, he's tied for the 6th most times sacked as a quarterback, and he's missed 4 games. How can you no quarterback? You put Aaron Rodgers in a high pressure situation where he's getting pressured literally every single snap. He's not going to be good. Tom Brady
with the Jets.
Mahomes maybe not. But go ahead, comment on it.
Tyler Badgett played 4 games. Guess how many times he got sacked behind the same O-line?
Again, Tyler Badgett, I don't care because that guy sucks. That it's not too quick to deem that guy he sucks.
But I'm saying it's the same O-line. So why is Tyler Badgett getting sacked 5 times in 4 games and Justin Fields getting sacked 26 times in 9 games?
Well, I think Fields has holding to the ball too long.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
No, he doesn't.
Justin Fields, his main issue right now, and it's the same reason that the coaches are afraid to call plays for him to actually go downfield with the ball. If you watch him, when there's a clean pocket, he drops like 10 yards back, doesn't give himself a chance, and then just bails and starts trying to run around and make something happen. And that's when he gets sacked. That's when he fumbles. There was a stat last year. It was like the gap between time to throw between him and between second and 14th was like the same. He's just running. He's scrambling. He's bailing, and he's turning the ball over and getting sacked.
So you wouldn't admit last night that he was pressured most plays that he was on the field where he dropped back. You wouldn't admit
he didn't drop back to throw a lot. They were just calling screens.
Right.
A lot of wide receiver screens.
Yeah, you were also getting on him for that, but he can't do anything about the play call.
I wasn't getting on him for that. I'm just saying you were saying like his passer rating is blah blah blah. He's 21 for 25, and I was saying the reason those numbers
I gotta produce good stats for my guy because he's not helping me out, but we're putting up 10 fantasy points for my fantasy team. Okay,
my hope for it
help him out in any way I can.
That's not impressive. Like that's any NFL quarterback can go out
I agree.
And screen passes over and over.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, I think at one point they literally ran the same play 3 times in a row. They just flipped whether it was to the left or the right. Like DJ Moore screen pass out to the left, then out to the right, then out to the left. Literally 3 times in a row.
That's offensive play calling, though. That's not on the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not excusing the play calling either because I think that coaching staff is idiotic, and I don't think they give him a lot of chances to do stuff. But the problem, it's the whole chicken and the egg thing. The reason they don't give him chances to do stuff is because when they do give him chances, That's when he turns the ball over. That's when he misses easy throws. That's when he bails when there's a clean pocket. So they're trying to simplify it for him, but it just, you can't play football that way. You're not going to win games unless the other quarterback throws 4 picks in a game.
Listen, I'm by no means saying that Fields is a world burner in any regards, and I'm not giving stats of saying that kind of stuff. I just like the guy. I think he is athletic enough to be good. I think he just needs another year in that system. And I think if they do draft Caleb Williams or one of the other quarterbacks in the draft this year, I think that'd be dumb.
Yeah, No, I agree with that.
Not at all.
You're basically doing what you did with Bryce Young. You'd be drafting the quarterback first overall and have nothing there for him. The offensive line is going to suck.
Yeah,
if I were them, I would trade the Panthers pick that they have, which is probably going to be first or second overall, trade back the same thing that they did this year, and then get another first round pick next year. And you have a high round pick this year, and then you'll have 2 again high round picks next year with plenty of pieces on your team to be good.
Here's the problem with Fields. When you have a quarterback like that, if you want to be successful, you have to build an entire offense around what he does. And that takes time. That takes certain players. And you're in year 3 now. He's still struggling. He still has accuracy problems downfield. He can't handle the pocket. He seems kind of broken. So, you have a chance to draft a guy.
He doesn't seem broken. Come on. No, he does not seem broken.
Watch the guy play. How can you watch that game on Monday and not see that?
Minnesota has a decent defense.
Oh, stop it.
They do.
Stop it. You know what they do? They blitz a lot. They blitz like 90% of the time. So when there's a guy
and when you blitz against a terrible offensive line, guess what happens?
It's a guy that's terrified of pressure, then he's gonna bail. The thing is, you draft Caleb Williams, the guy is probably one of the best quarterbacks navigating the pocket that has come out of college in years. That's the kind of guy that you can slowly build around. You don't want to handicap yourself and limit yourself to playing football a certain way and have to build that way when you have a guy that you can kind of set there, know you're set, and then build around him going forward.
Have you seen Caleb Williams past 3 games down in college?
Have I seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not played well.
What?
What do you mean, what? I think it's Notre Dame.
He's had some off games. Are you talking about just this year?
Yeah, this year, his last 3 games, he has not played well at all.
Oh, the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that team has the worst defense in college, so he's constantly having to be in shootouts. Look at Mahomes in college. It was the same shit.
Mahomes, yeah, but they weren't saying Mahomes was can't miss #1 overall generational talent.
No, they're not. But there's also a lot of comparisons for the way Caleb Williams plays to the way Mahomes plays, the way they navigate the pocket, the kind of throws they can make. So I would be a lot more willing to take a chance on a guy like that and build a team around him than someone who's already been in the league for 3 years now, who hasn't proved he can pass the ball, who's constantly hurt, they've won 3 games with him, 2 games. Why would you waste the chance at a generational quarterback to limp along for another season and hope something changes that hasn't changed in 3 years? That just makes no sense to me.
I mean, QB comparisons, that's the way to go because that always works out.
Yeah,
for
100%.
College.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not saying he's going to be Mahomes. I'm saying
you remember when Jimmy Clausen was compared to Phillip Rivers? I mean, basically same guy, right?
I'm not saying he's going to be Mahomes.
It's like going strictly off combine thrown against air performances too, or pro day thrown performances like Zach Wilson. It's
Marcus Russell. Guy,
it doesn't miss. It does not miss. It's guaranteed.
All right, but on a serious, what would you do with Fields though? Wink.
What do you do with him?
What would you do with him?
I would try to trade him for whatever I can.
Would you trade him for a 3rd round pick?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude. You need to work for the Panthers organization.
He's on year 4. He's going to need a contract soon.
Yeah.
You want to pay
Shepard's right-hand man.
You want to pay Justin Fields $30 million a year to play quarterback for you?
He's not. No, because he hasn't played to that standard. So I guarantee you, he's not going to get that kind of money.
But you want to.
And how long? Wait, how long is his rookie contract till? Because he got drafted 2 years ago.
What I think this
21.
is his third year. So after next year, I think you have to pay him.
Well,
Give him another year.
Yeah, it's like 4 years with a 5th year option or something
Give
like
him
that.
another year and give up a chance to get a quarterback that can throw the ball.
There's going to be plenty more after him.
This is like the deepest quarterback draft in years.
I guarantee you, two, maybe one of them comes out and is a good quarterback. Guarantee it.
There's like 5 quarterbacks that are supposed to get drafted in the first round this year.
That's fine. Guess who else was a top 10 pick? Josh Rosen.
Guess who else was? Justin Fields, and he fucking died.
Oh my! Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you just argued against yourself there.
No, I'm just saying. You have Caleb Williams is the best quarterback prospect probably since Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect since Andrew Luck. You have a chance to draft a guy that is universally considered to be like one of the best quarterbacks in recent years, and it just seems silly to try to not give that a chance and take a chance on a guy that you've already spent 3 years reviewing who hasn't improved.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to say one more thing about this, then we can move on. Like, even if you draft Caleb Williams, you put him behind that offensive line, he's going to play just as bad as Justin Fields.
It
doesn't matter how good of a quarterback you are. If you get pressure, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Exactly, dude.
You know what? It's excuse after excuse with him because last year we heard he doesn't have anyone to throw to, and they got DJ Moore, and he's the same quarterback. Except less explosive.
They have a bottom 10 offensive line, though. You have to agree that if you have a bad offensive line, you can't have a good opinion about a quarterback.
But my thing is, so do 9 other quarterbacks in the league have bottom 10 offensive lines.
Yeah, and look at them.
And they're not making the mistakes he is. No, I guarantee you, I bet you he leads the league in sacks.
No, he doesn't.
He missed games. He is 29. He's been sacked 29 times.
You can't blame that on holding the ball too long, though.
Why not?
Yeah, I kind of can.
No, you can't. Because if he gets sacked 2 seconds with having the ball, how is that his fault?
When you're watching him, how many screen passes do they throw? How is he
have a crap offensive line?
How is he getting sacked 26 times when they throw that many screen passes? Because when they let him drop back,
they weren't doing that before, though. They've
been doing that all season.
No, they have not. They were trying to push the ball downfield. Trust me, I've watched my fair share of Chicago games.
Oh, as the number one Justin Fields hater, I've been tracking this all season.
You haven't been watching the games, though.
Bears fans are irate with Getsy and Trestman. Is that the coach? What's the coach's name? I forgot.
I have no idea.
They hate him. They hate both of them because they say that they're limiting Fields and they don't let him throw the ball.
Wait, were you saying the coach is Mark Trestman?
No, that was the old coach, right?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Who am I thinking?
Eberflus.
Eberflus, that's right.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, we got to end it there. We went a little bit longer that subject in terms of hour and a half.
Quick though, I saw one. I didn't watch the Carolina game. I stopped watching them because I was so frustrated. Real quick, I saw one play. They tried to run a double post, right? Mingo completely covered downfield. Thielen completely covered downfield, and then Hayden Hurst had a little out route as his check down. That Hayden Hurst didn't even get to outside the numbers, and there were 3 players on Bryce Young. Straight up the middle, dude. It's so bad. It's laughable. Sorry. Had to add that.
All right, we're going to move on to our next topic. We're going to do our nostalgic player game. One of my favorite things to do, as I mentioned before. Alex is in charge this week with this player. So let's get in here.
Okay, like I said, you guys might get on me about this, but I think it's a good pick. So this player, it's a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Okay. He was drafted in 2009, played till 2015, won 1 Super Bowl. He played for the Giants and Colts, was also signed to the Titans and Saints, but never played a snap for them.
Giants and Colts, you said?
2009.
Colts he actually played for. He was also signed to the Titans and Saints, but never played a snap for them. And then also
2009.
Yeah, drafted in 2009, played till 2015.
Okay.
I gotta write some notes here so I can remember this. 2009, Giants Colts, one-time Super Bowl winner.
Yep.
How many? Can you tell us how many years he played for each?
The Super Bowl had to be for the Giants.
So what he played 7 total years. He played 6 years with the Giants, 1 year with the Colts.
Okay.
What was it? The 2009 Super Bowl, like his rookie year, was when they won.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, so
this is a fun fact though. He is tied for the 9th lowest score on the Wonderlic.
Okay, Giants and one with Colts.
I mean, it's like who have been.
So I have a name in my head, but I don't know if he played for the Colts. I don't know if it was 2009. You remember Mario Manningham?
That was I was thinking of too, from Michigan, but I don't know if he played for.
That's not what you were thinking of, Steve. You had nothing in your head. That's what I do.
No, it was Mario Manningham, number 82, whatever it was. Wasn't Victor Cruz, because they never won the Super Bowl when he was on the team. But I don't think Victor Cruz played for the Colts afterwards.
He was a first-round pick too.
Mario Manningham was a first-round pick. I do remember that.
There's one other guy I'm thinking of, but his name is escaping me.
It's not David Tyree. He was in the first round.
No, I thought of that before.
That would have been a good one. Colts wide receiver, Super Bowl winner. Or Giants wide receiver, sorry. So who were the receivers for the Giants on the Super Bowl team? It was David Tyree. I'm guessing Mario Manningham was on the team.
I'm trying to think of there's one other guy.
I put 3 minutes on the timer, just so we can.
Okay, that's fine.
Wasn't there another receiver on the Giants named Steve Smith?
Yeah, from USC, like Steve Smith, senior or something like that, or junior, the third.
Was that around that time?
It may be around that time. I don't know if he was drafted in the first round, though.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the top two right now with these Steve Smith and Mario Manningham.
No, there's one other guy that I'm forgetting his name. It was around that time. Victor Cruz was, I feel like he was after that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Victor Cruz is more like freshman year of college, I think.
Yeah.
Mario Manningham was definitely around 2008, 2009, because I was like a junior in high school when he got drafted. And he got those like player cards that have like little jersey pieces inside of them.
New rule starting right now. If you guys don't get it, you have to do a rumple shot.
I'm gonna be hammered by the end of this.
Starting today.
I wish I could remember the one other name that's like right now.
You remember like what number he was?
No, but I remember him playing in the Super Bowl.
It's tough when they're not Pro Bowlers.
Steve Smith.
Well, Steve Smith never played for the Colts, I don't think.
I think Mario Manningham's our best bet right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I think Mario Manningham.
All right. Yeah, we'll lock it in.
Is that the guess? Mario Manningham?
That's the guess.
It's Hakeem Nicks.
Hakeem Nicks.
Oh.
From North Carolina.
Hey,
that's who it was.
I should have remembered that because remember he was our other fantasy league. Connor, we were all at his house for the draft, and he went to get I think we ordered pizza or something, and he left, and it auto drafted for him while he was getting the pizza from the door. And it was Hakeem Nicks. And he came back and he was like, I want Hakeem Nicks. That was a good one. That name didn't cross my head.
Was that was probably the guy that you were thinking of?
No, it wasn't. I gotta look at the roster and see what I was thinking of.
Hakeem Nicks. He had one good year, base. Actually, he had 2,000-yard receiving years.
Dang.
So he's decent.
Mario Manningham wasn't even a first-round pick. He was a third-round pick. Damn, I was off on that.
Wow, Cruz was on the Giants in 2010.
They won in 2009, though.
Yeah, it was 2009.
I know. I was just looking at like teams around that year.
Hakeem Nicks, damn.
What a good one.
That's a good one. That is a nostalgia play. That's something I've not thought about at all since the year he's drafted.
Yep. All right, drink up. Drink up. Bottoms up, boys.
Not happening.
Get your lukewarm.
We can start that next week.
And then if you do get it right, the person has to do the rumple.
I do like that. No, we can't do that because then I feel like people are going to start picking like. we gotta make parameters for this.
This guy was a coach for 1 year. Honestly, coaches actually should be. They'll probably be a little bit easier though to remember.
I wouldn't be able to get any coaches.
No.
Nah. I don't pay attention to coaches as much as players.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move into our week 13 bets. I'll lead it off. My first pick. I'm going Cardinals at Steelers under 41.5 points. Pretty much the same reason I went with the Steelers and Bengals last week. I just don't think the Steelers will score many points. Cardinals, I had no idea about them, but under 41.5, I think that's pretty safe.
All right. I'll go next. Where is it? Do I get there? There.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going Falcons -2.5 at Jets. I don't trust Tim Boyle at all. I can't imagine the Jets winning a game with him at quarterback. And we got a top 5 quarterback on the other sideline, as far as I'm concerned. So, we're going Falcons -2.5.
What's the word after fan?
Club.
Wow.
There we go.
That's sad, dude. That's sad. Like I said, I wish I watched Atlanta games to figure out that if I had an opinion on Ritter, but I can't really say anything because I don't really watch him play at all. But if you get benched by Arthur Smith, kind of says something.
The guy's explosive, yeah, but he got brought back too.
Yeah.
Smith is an awful coach.
I don't think that's a hot take, Steve.
I wasn't saying it's a hot take. I'm not saying he's an awful coach. So
Yeah.
that's not much getting benched by him.
My first one is going to be Denver at Houston over 47 points. I don't necessarily love it, which is why I'm taking it. I do think Houston will hold up their end, but I can never trust Russell Wilson or Sean Payton to do anything for me. But I'm going over 47.
Not too bad. My next pick, I'm going Falcons Jets, but I'm going under 34 points. Unlike Wink, I am not a member of the Desmond Ritter fan club, and definitely not a member of the Tim Boyle fan club either. So that's just going to be 2 crap quarterbacks coming back and forth. I don't think they're going to move the ball at all. So 34 points under.
Dang.
That's so stupid.
Crapping on your boy like that.
That's unbelievable. You'll see. You'll see.
The disrespect.
Well, Steve's starting off this week 0-1. My next pick, I'm going to go, which this line kind of surprised me. Eagles at home +2.5 versus the 49ers.
Yes.
I found it really weird that they're getting points at home.
Yep.
They're 10-1 now. Obviously, they're not overly impressive the way they're winning games, but they are winning games. So them getting points at home, that was just hard for me not to take. So that's the line I'm going with.
That's one of the lines where I was like, why is this the way?
It's very bizarre.
So guess what? Guess where we're going?
49ers -2.5. We're
going 49ers -2.5 because it makes absolutely no sense. The NFL is scripted, and I'm going to show you guys with my betting record this week. I'm telling you, that line is probably the weirdest line I've seen this season.
It's very out of whack.
How the Eagles just have a big win over the Bills. Obviously, the Bills haven't been the best this year. Is what it is. They still pulled it out in a crappy weather game. And the 49ers, they kind of look like they're back, I guess, the last 2 weeks, but they still expose themselves with. If you get pressure on Purdy, he's not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they play last week again?
Who, the 49ers?
Yeah.
They played.
Was it? No,
they played Seattle.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
and they crushed them.
Who'd they play the week before?
I want to say the Cardinals, but I'm not sure.
No, it was.
But they crushed them too. So San Francisco is coming in here hot.
No, my point is though, I don't think Seattle's very good.
No, not at all.
I mean, the Eagles are coming in hot. They said they beat the Bills, they beat the Chiefs, they're 10-1. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you make them the underdog at home.
Makes absolutely no sense, but that's why.
Niners beat the Bucks the week before by 13. That's just, it's so weird to me. Like, they beat two bad teams and they're favored by 2.5 versus the best record in the NFL. Getting 2. It's very weird at home.
I put money on that line moving to Philly to be favored by 1. It's going to move that much because everybody's going to be taking Philly plus 2.5.
There's something about the Niners though that like people, I don't know, they see like those games where they score a ton of points, and I feel like people get kind of over excited.
But the majority are thinking the way we're thinking. It's like this doesn't make any sense that the Eagles are underdogs by 2.5 points. It's not even like a half or a point. It's 2.5 points.
If it was at San Fran, I would be like, that makes sense. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
Yep.
My last pick of the week, Bengals, Jaguars. I'm going over 38 points. No real strong reason why. It's just
over 38.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, so I'm just going with it. Like you guys said.
Hey,
some sound betting.
It's the opposite of what like I initially thought. I was like, oh, that's gonna be an easy under. But I was like, no, that's how they get you. The trap. The trap.
That's a sharp bet.
So we're going over.
We're the least confident like people giving betting.
It's not a lack of confidence. It's just strategy.
Yeah, strategy.
Yeah, our strategy is having no strategy.
Strategy is to go against your strategy.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's us saying to the books, "Hey, we don't believe you that this is all at random, and we know what you're doing. We've caught on to you.
We see right through you.
Yeah,
two negatives make a positive. That's pretty much what it is.
Yep. Go ahead, Wink.
Last line I'm going to do Colts at Titans over 42.5. After me just complaining about us having no strategy, I really got no reason why I picked this. I think they're both really bad, but I think their defenses are both terrible. And I just see that being one of those stupid games where they score, 30 and 20 something points, and there's a lot of dumb plays. So that's where I'm going with it.
I have a lot of faith in your boy Will Levis.
Or Malik Willis, as you would say.
The Colts have been they've been a stifling defense. They held the Panthers to under 10 and under 13 points. Man.
That's also really the Colts without Jonathan Taylor as well. So Zach Moss is going off.
Zach Moss was going nuts at the beginning of the year, and I have no reason to think that he's going to continue to do it. There's no reason why I would think that Zach Moss is going to do well this year.
Their offensive line though is good. Their offense has actually been decent this year.
Yeah, they score points.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, and then my last one is Cleveland at LA Rams. I got the under 40 points in that one. Cleveland, I think they've averaged 13 to 15 points in the last 3 weeks.
It's safely under 20.
But they have Joe Flacco now.
Wait, is he actually starting from this week?
Yeah, because Dorian Thompson Robinson, is that his name?
Yeah, DTR.
So many last names.
Yeah, but he's in concussion protocol, and Flacco's taking first team reps.
So they're skipping over PJ Walker. They're saying
Walker. I mean,
they're not skipping over him. They're like, we know what you got, PJ. You can just chill out.
Bring out the 40-year-old vet.
PJ has
2 years.
He played for Carolina for 2-3 years. PJ has one game where it's like, we might have something here, And Walker might be the next guy.
They wasted it when they played the 49ers. That was his game.
Wasn't he was like the XFL star, right? Isn't that how he got into the NFL?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's usually playing against milkmen and mailmen on the weekends. So
he's super athletic, though. He's actually has like good mechanics and has a huge arm. He just makes stupid ass mistakes.
kind of like Josh Johnson,
Reminds me of someone else.
Desmond Ritter,
Josh McDobbs.
Well, you watch your mouth.
Josh Allen. Anyway,
we all know who I'm talking about. Let's move on.
Anyway, so I'm the 40-point under in that because I think Stafford hasn't looked the best this year too. So going to be not a lot of points in that game.
I would have loved that line before last week, and it's probably just because the Cardinals' defense was so bad, but they looked like they couldn't not score every time they got the ball.
I mean, if you think about it, two of Stafford's touchdowns were throwing it to Kyron at the line of scrimmage and him running it in now. So
I'm not saying Stafford in general. I'm just saying the offense. They were scoring every time they got the ball.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move into our Sisiak bets. So you think there's a chance? These are bets that are plus 350 odds or better.
We moved to plus 500, right?
Yeah. Plus 500 better. That's fine. I'm way past that anyway. Get out your notebook and pen for this one. It's a lot. We're doing strictly turnover props here. So all these are either over or under 2.5 turnovers for the game. First one, Chargers at Patriots, under 2.5. Lions at Saints, under 2.5. Falcons at Jets, over 2.5. 49ers at Eagles, under 2.5. And then Chiefs at Packers, under 2.5 turnovers. Parlay all those together, 19-12.
My mind is mush.
That honestly, that sounds like if anyone out there watching this actually makes that bet, I'm so sorry that you have to suffer through trying to root for that. Because keeping track of that and rooting for it sounds like the worst way to spend.
See, it's actually easy to keep track of because they're all unders except for the Falcons and Jets. So like you're just hoping for 3 turnovers for Falcons, Jets, and everything else is less than 3 turnovers.
You lost me at the first one though. You're saying that the Patriots. What was it? Patriots
Chargers
is going to be under 2.5.
Yeah.
You know who's quarterbacking for the Patriots, right?
Yeah, I'm setting aside 2 picks for Matt Jones himself, and I'm hoping, and I'm just hoping.
I think Bailey's starting, isn't he?
Oh, if Bailey's starting, that's even better for me. Then that's good. That's gonna be fine.
I thought that's what I heard.
That's not better for you, Steve. That's not.
And this is also after I just got done saying that the Chargers are losers and never bet with them. But I'm still sticking with under 2.5.
Zappy's starting. No. Honestly, I think they're pretty much the same quarterback, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah, you want me to go next? I go next.
Go for it.
So the first line is going to be Detroit money line. I think that's minus 200 or whatever. Arizona plus 5.5 at Pittsburgh. Again, don't like it. That's why I'm adding it. Okay, because Pittsburgh has a good defense. Their offense is poo-poo. And Arizona obviously isn't that good either. This is another line that was kind of up there with the San Francisco minus 2.5 favorites at Philly. It was Kansas City minus 6 at Green Bay.
You think it should be more?
I think it should be less. I think it should be like Kansas City minus 3. That
would be very low.
Kansas City doesn't put up points, dude.
Yeah, but Green Bay hasn't done anything this year aside from.
Actually, last 3 weeks, Jordan Love has actually looked decent.
You can't count the Gibbs game, though.
Yeah, that's.
I can't count that game. Oh, okay.
Count that game.
I mean, is it a Wax and Gibbs on Sunday?
I think it is.
Came back around quick.
Yeah. All right, I'll reiterate that, though. Detroit money line, Arizona plus 5.5 at Pittsburgh, Kansas City minus 6 at Green Bay. I'm taking that spread. And then Chargers at New England. I'm taking New England plus 6 for the reasoning I said at the top of the podcast. If the Chargers are favored by anything over 2.5, take the other team's spread.
Wait, you're taking the Chiefs line because
it doesn't make any sense.
Okay. But then, I'm saying it does make sense. So if it hits, does that mean I'm right or you're right?
It means both are right. We're both right.
I don't know how that works.
And because my reasoning is the NFL is rigged and scripted, and your reasoning is Kansas City should be should be that much favorites. So we're both right.
All right. Anyways,
that comes out to be plus 935. So
okay. So for some reason, DraftKings has the Niners Eagles game, like the props up for it. I don't know if you guys noticed that because we record this usually on Tuesday, but Alex didn't tell us that he couldn't record it on Tuesday.
Wow.
So he just didn't show up
just laying it out there
while we were recording. So he actually is taking 2 rumples at the end of the show for that.
No, I'm not.
He said that earlier before we started recording. So, anyways, we're recording it on Wednesday. So, yeah, that game, the prop lines are out. So I'm taking George Kittle to score 2+ touchdowns, which I feel like it happens every once in a while. When he does score, he seems to score multiple touchdowns in a game. And the odds for that is plus 1,300.
Are those 2 receiving touchdowns or just any 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns. But
okay.
I don't think George Kittle's running from any touchdowns.
I mean, the ways I ask because no, he's not. But it just be one that's random games where he like runs in for a touchdown and it doesn't count, and you're just like pissed off to hell.
It's just
it might be one of those games where they put him back there on punt return.
Yeah, you never know.
Punt one back,
they'll like Wildcat sneak in. You
never know.
Line up a fullback, sneak him in,
getting his Taysom Hill on,
put him in at quarterback.
That was interesting last week with my Sistiak. It didn't hit because the other 2, the turnover props missed, but the Falcons got their touch. I had Falcons scoring the longest touchdown in that game, and they got the pick 6. It was like 94 yards or something.
Wait, so they didn't count that?
I don't know. Actually, I could check. No, I didn't actually bet it, so I can't check.
You don't bet your bets?
Wow.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out.
If you had my betting record this year, would you bet mine?
Yikes. At least bet the opposite then.
That's not a bad idea. George Kittle to score 1 or more than 3, more than 2 touchdowns. So whatever the odds on that are.
Excellent, dude. Okay.
All right. Well, hey,
man.
That does it for us. Episode 9. 9 episodes down. These went pretty quick.
Dude, it's so exciting that we get a special treat this episode, and Alex is going to end it off. And I'm so happy that he said that to us before the podcast started. So,
Alex,
I'm not.
You have the honors.
I'm doing one shot. Before I do this, though, I kind of want to bring up something that occurred 2 podcasts ago, right? Because the last podcast wasn't uploaded until Sunday at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry again to all of our subs that missed all my picks and stuff. But anyway, two videos ago, there was did you see the comments in that section, Wink?
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the fantasy photograph?
Yeah, it was so weird. I was like, it was just a bunch of numbers and letters, username saying Steve had the best flag football team that he drafted. And I'm like, who is this idiot? He is by far the worst. Comes to me. It's Steve. So that makes sense.
So, Steve, I have a question for you. Did you do that knowing that we would see it was you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
No, we did it.
I literally just did it to try and bait engagement. They have like other people comment on it. Hey, Nick did comment, and he did say I had the best team, and that Alex had the second best team. Wink had the worst team. So,
but you also said before this podcast that you paid him to say that kind of stuff. So now you're paying our sub.
No, I said he's going to pay me for a sponsorship.
No one in their right mind would say that you had the best of those 3 teams. I'm sorry.
There was one legitimate answer, and he voted for me.
And he said Wink was last in last place.
No. He said Wink was second. You were
he said Wink had it until Taysom Hill, and then that tumbled him down.
Yes. I was very happy about that because everybody knows that Taysom Hill is a terrible pick in flag.
You're so wrong. You're so wrong.
But cheers to Bot Steve.
All right, now the second.
Water, man. Am I right? YouTube, we're not drinking.
All right, and we're out. Tune in next week for episode 10.
Bye.
The bank club.
Where is it? How do I get there? There.
Yeah, right, there you go.